We are the 79 Brigade, and we unite the people to fight the evil. Hope you're doing well. It's been a while since I've done a review of any type, so I had a look around and saw some alarming things, but we'll talk about them, process them, and see what we can put our heads together and do about it, yeah? So, peace and respect to all the overkillers and all the new people who might be listening, and even the enemy if you're listening. There's still time to join us. The money you're making can't be worth it. But I've been thinking about this the last few days. I think for these people, and I hope you can hear me right now, for these people, the enemy, it's not just the money that's motivating them. They are obviously getting some kind of free supply to Class A drugs. And these drugs that I'm talking about are going to make them very confident, even though they're absolute idiots, ignorant, stupid. Do you know what I mean? So they get this confidence like they're actually worth something, and they can actually come and, stop our truth. So I reckon that's what it is. It's money, and also free supply to these Class A things that I'm talking about, which I condemn. Class A drugs right here now, John Overkill channel, and this community, we condone Class A drugs. So I think these people here that we're talking about that are infiltrating us, accusing us of all types of things, and trying to divert and disrupt and hinder, delay. I think, it's not just money, it's also free access to that. Yeah, the thing that makes people overly confident when there's no need for them to be like that, because they're not worth, a grain of salt. But anyway, let's carry on. So, I remember something about this guy here, Charlie Mullins. He's a founder of Plimco Plumbers, right? And they're going to introduce a no jab, no job policy requiring all of its workers to have the VACCINE against COVID 919. So the former chief executive and founder of that company is now the chairman, and he says the lawyers of the company are drafting new employment contracts for its 400-strong workforce to include the requirement to have the VACCINE. Governments around the world have started major programs after regulators approved a series of VACCINE. The UK had given more than 2.6 million people the first dose of it by Tuesday. Okay? So, and then you got here, right? In Australia, the Council of Small Business Organisations said it would back making the VACCINE mandatory. If one of my staff members says, no, I'm against it, then I'm going to have to say, I'm sorry, you are a threat to my business. The chief executive told the news. So basically they're doing emotional blackmail on people now, which we thought. And the theme of tonight is we knew all this a long time ago, so therefore in the back of our head, subconsciously, we've all got a plan of what we need to do. Okay? We'll come to that. So there you go. Already you've got two companies or two mouthpieces basically saying, what we thought they might be doing months and months ago. We thought it. Yeah. And then I'm wondering whether they tie universal basic income into it as well, saying that you won't be able to have that unless you have had proof of VACCINE. So basically, you can't work or receive any money, any help from the government, um, unless you have the VOCINE. If that's the case, then that's the checkered flag saying go and create the community that we've been talking about for months, and probably other people have for years and years and years and years and years. So, and then if that wasn't if that wasn't enough for you guys, we have now Pope Francis and his predecessor, Pope Benedict. They have had the VACCINE against COVID-19. Okay? And they're saying it came after days after the Pope's personal physician passed away due to complications caused by it. Okay? So, there you go. The Vatican launched a program on Wednesday to do with the VACCINE and confirmed that the Pope had the VACCINE today. Okay? So you got companies telling you that you have to have it, otherwise you can't work for them. And you have got the Pope saying that they've had it as well. And if that wasn't bad enough, look what they say here. It's an ethical choice because you are gambling with your health, with your life, but you are also gambling with the lives of others. Right? But look, man, I'm more healthy than I've ever been. Considering it's winter, I'm more healthy than I've ever been usually this year. I've had some bad things, man. This year, perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. But it's an ethical choice now, and you're gambling with your health, with your life. And you're also gambling with the lives of others. And that comes from the world's most holy man, Pope Francis. Yeah? So, Primark predicts £1 billion in lost sales if the lockdowns persist to end of February. So we're already in January, mid-January, and they're saying if it carries on to February, they'll lose £1 billion. So what's going to happen to that company? Will it fold? Will it mean loads of people lose their jobs? Yeah. So, schools in England may not reopen after February half-term. Idiot Boris Johnson suggests. Scumbag traitor. Yeah, that's what he suggests. That schools in England may not reopen after February. So again, vagueness, and like we said months and months ago, it's best just to have taken them out of school because they're going to have such upheaval, going back to school, not going to school, going back to school, not going back to school, not knowing what's happening day in, day out, month in, month out. It's not good, okay? Better to have it one way or the other. That's my thoughts personally. And don't be scared that you can't homeschool. The only reason you shouldn't be able to do that is maybe if you work full time and there's not one in the house to do it. But, you know, where there's a will, there's a way. It could be done really somehow. But, you know, I'm just saying, that's what I think. The constant not knowing whether they're going to school or not is not going to help. So, and this, what a story this is, right? A racing pigeon that made 8,000-mile journey from Oregon to Australia will be killed because it could be carrying CV, right? So they're saying that even the birds won't be spared this, right? You know, so now they're tracking where birds going, right? and they're saying that the bird could carry it. That's what they're saying to you now. So does that mean now that people in society are going to want to just shoot all the birds and start saying they're bringing? I mean, could that? I'm not. It's not even funny. I'm laughing, but it's not even funny. It could actually happen. It could actually happen. They could say that birds are causing it to happen, and they could just get rid of all the birds in the sky. Yeah. So a racing pigeon, and they told you he's called Joe just to give you that connection. Poor Joe, what a blow. He had to go. He travelled 8,000 miles, so you know. Poor Joe. He had to go. Racing pigeon. Australian officials plan to kill a racing pigeon that survived a grueling 8,000-mile 2-month journey across the Pacific from Oregon over fears that it may be carrying CV. So they plan to kill it. So it's like they're sitting around the round table saying, right, how are we going to get this racing pigeon Joe? He's notoriously fast. Okay, well, I'll be wearing my best trainers. Yeah, okay, have you got the slingshot ready? Yeah. Black Widow catapult, as recommended by Roy. Yeah. Crazy times we live in now. So an actress, right? I'm holding him responsible for this mess. She brands Boris Johnson a clown for his handling of CV-19. She's in Italy, right? And she, after, a few months ago, she claimed that she wished the virus had killed him. That's what she said, this woman, not me. Okay? And basically, she's saying that she's not going to come back home to England until the case numbers have improved. So here's an actress, and there you go. That's all you need to know. There's an actress saying that she is hiding in another country and she won't come back until Boris Johnson, the idiot, sorts it out. So she's just adding to all this drama, literally, because that's what she is, an actor. Another crazy story. Venice opens state-of-the-art control room that tracks which country every tourist is from and tracks their every step around the city. What? So Venice has a state-of-the-art control room and it's tracking which country that all the tourists have come from, and it tracks every step that they make around that city. So they have new software that can tap into the phones of visitors to find out which country they're from and where they go in Venice itself. Their smart control room also analyzes data to track number of tourists in the city. Authorities believe the development will cut the massive congestion in hotspots. Now, my suggestion is that it's just a red herring. It's not. They're not doing it for the congestion. They're doing it for CV, right? To track who's coming from where. Have they got the VAs to see? Has anyone slipped in without the vaccine, for example? I think it's for monitoring CV, okay? Just like they did in China. That's what I think it's for. But probably in Italy they have to say it in a different way and get it round it. And you see how they do it with Venice, which is a smaller part of Italy. It's not like massive, It's much like when they do trial stuff in Scotland before they do it in England. Yeah, a little mini test on a small scale. If it works, and you multiply it by each factor. Yeah. So I'm not, there's certain channels who sell merch, right? These channels are filming fake arrests. Okay? They're scaring people into not having their voice heard. They're scaring people into not going out on the street. They're scaring people to believe that the cop is there ready to pounce on you as soon as you go out on the street. They're scaring you to think that you have to wear a mask, okay? I've never been asked why I'm not wearing a mask by anyone in all these months. What, 6, 7, however many months it is now. Never been asked why I'm not wearing a mask, okay? So, fear, fear, fear. All these channels creating fear. No solutions. Filming fake arrests. Filming people that you know are crisis actors that have been exposed months and months ago by myself on this channel. So, yeah. I think this is a great idea for a t-shirt. So if anyone likes it, wants me to sort of make it available to purchase, then let me know, and let me know sort of what you think, the effort I've put into it is worth, etc. But yeah, man. So we've had really interesting weather, let's put it that way. Lots of snow around in England and other places around the world, and what that means is it's caused disruption to the rollout of the VACCINE as people trek for miles in snow for the jab, and others are told to stay at home. So basically what you've got here is you've got people queuing probably and walking in the snow to get this, and you know they'll probably get ill. Yeah, they'll probably get ill being out in the cold too much trying to do this, or stressing themselves out, and you know, it's just ironic, isn't it? And as you can see, that there's some photos from the home of Gravy, Barnsley, as you can see there. Yeah, so snow, cold. I've said it for months now. You wait until it gets like this, and then people have to queue outside to go in the bank, to go in Specsavers, to go in Greggs, to go in wherever it might be, you know. Craziness. And you know what they'll do is they'll just say, well, don't go out then, don't go out, you know, buy everything online, have it delivered by Amazon Drone, have it delivered by this, by that. I saw today an advert for people using their phone, an app on a phone, to then buy a car to then have it delivered. So you know, you'd be able to look at the car itself and not even try it out, blah blah blah, just have it delivered as if it were a jacket or something. Do you see what I'm saying? Also, I'd like people to remember, if you don't know, that I have a community tab on my channel. I post all kinds of stuff there, like whether it be memes or information, just stuff that is not easy for me to maybe make a video about all the time. So please keep checking that, okay? It's a good way to keep in touch with what's going on. I want people to suggest stuff to put on there as well, like my solution, not my solution, but my thinking right now is that we need to plan, because they're going to make it so that you have to have this VACCINE to even work, or maybe even to get universal basic income if you're not allowed to work either. So we need to plan for this, okay? So yeah, community tab, please check John Overkill channel, check the community tab, keep checking that, and I'm going to try and do my best to keep it full of info, whether it be information or news or opinion or a simple meme to make you laugh, or an inspirational photo. Just have a look there for me, please. And yeah, so this is on the Mirror newspaper, right? And what I found strange about this is, you won't know this unless you're sort of English and you know about English TV, but you know they're advertising their free newsletter, yeah. You know, enter your email here, sign up. But the picture of the person is Kate, the woman from Breakfast TV, yeah, who supposedly, you know, has a personal connection with someone who allegedly has CV, right? That's all I'm going to say on that. But I just find it quite interesting that they decided to put her in the thumbnail of their newspaper. For people to subscribe to the newsletter, she's the thumbnail of that. I find that a bit strange for the Mirror newspaper. I mean, what? Why? Why? What are they trying to say here? What are they trying to do? Are they trying to make you remember? Oh yeah, look, that poor woman. She's going through this because her partner's got CV. You see what I'm saying? Psychological mind control, trauma-based mind control. So, a VACCINE passport app that could let people prove that they have had the CV jab is set to go on trial in the United Kingdom. It will be tested by NHS directors of public health in 2 as yet undisclosed locations by the end of March. The aim is to see if the app can help keep track of the number of people that have received the first or second dose of the VACCINE in any given area. Okay? Although the people behind the software have said it could help get the country back to normality quicker after nearly a year of lockdowns and restrictions, the government still has no plans to introduce its own, I think it says. But so this is a private company doing it, yeah? And then look, they're trying to show you now that they care about everyone and they don't want anyone to get CV, and they want to make sure every person's looked after by Big Brother. Yeah. So here you have a gentleman who received a dose of the VACCINE today as part of a drive to get the most vulnerable inoculated. Okay. So, there you go. Now they're saying about the homeless. They're saying about the vulnerable, the elderly. No, where were they? They weren't doing this kind of thing for the cold or for flu or... I don't know. They weren't going to these measures, were they? So you have to ask yourself who benefits. And is it because basically they get to have as much control as anyone has ever had over the population by using this fear, the epidemic of fear? So I agree with these 3 things here. Okay, have a look. So, I don't wear the mask. I never have. Don't own one. No one does in this household. I'm against all the lockdowns as well, and I don't believe in a VACCINE for something that has a 99.95% survival rate. Okay? So, the mask is basically a symbol of enslavement, trying to visually see what control they've got over a population. The lockdown is to destroy businesses, so that only the massive multinational corporations such as Google, Amazon, Facebook, whatever you want to call them, Nike, all these things here, Starbucks, only all those survive, and then the small private businesses, they fold, and then people are forced to go on benefits, but again the benefits might be controlled by whether you have the VACCINE. So like I said, it's very hard to be positive when you read all these things, but all I will say to you is just be positive for the simple fact that you knew about this before. Okay, you knew about this before. You knew that this was going to happen, that they were going to say you can't work unless you have this, you can't do this unless you have the VACCINE. So we have known. So back in the back of your head, you have been planning for what to do. So now we accelerate the plan, and it starts tomorrow when we do the live stream. Okay, so we'll see how long it goes. I'm prepared to let it go throughout the night if people want to come on throughout the night. Stay up as long as they want. That's brilliant. But what I'd like to do though is tomorrow, however long the stream lasts, I would like to have it so that we don't we try to avoid the amount of scummy people who come on the panel, who are just literally trying to divert, because we have got some great minds and we need to plan. What I believe has happened is, since the live stream happened, we've been targeted by someone who infiltrated the circle, and what they wanted to do was cause division, which they have done to an extent, not as much as they want to, so unlucky with that. Shame, that my intuition's spot on at the moment, isn't it? But yeah, so I don't want any scummy people on the panel. I just want it to be a good vibe of people, good atmosphere of people, good blend of people who actually want to do something about what's happening. So all these news articles that we just mentioned, if you're a decent person, they should all make you feel kind of sick to the stomach. So we need to do something about it. Now, it's not going to be, right, let's go and fight the New World Order with pitchforks. I don't believe that it can be done. I think the only way we fight it is by not feeding it, by not giving it the money that they want us to, by not playing the game. But that's a big, long plan that we have to discuss, and that's part of why we'll do the live stream tomorrow, Friday. Mrs. Overkill says start it at 3 o'clock. We'll see what happens. The best plans sometimes don't go according to plan, but we shall see. But yeah, just a quick, go through, went through all the, the articles in the newspapers just to see what was going on, and there's all, it's a massive theme, and yeah, so yeah, I think I shall leave it at that, Overkillers. So peace, blessings to all my brothers and sisters on the channel and the community. I look forward to engaging with you guys more tomorrow. We'll have a live panel. Hopefully we'll have people like Rich and Lionheart and Age Case, Trainerhead, maybe Highest, English Breakfast. We'll see. But like I said, I'm going to be very vigilant about who I let on, and I also would like the mods to make sure that they try. The mods are the first line of defense. So yeah, it's an important job. But yeah, any questions about anything that I've said or anything I've shown you, by all means let me know. I did say, I said, if anyone's got a problem with Line, what we do is we go on the panel, I'll moderate, we'll have a debate about it. And Lionheart was fine to do that, but the other party was not interested, so therefore it tells me they weren't actually interested in any kind of conflict resolution whatsoever. If someone has a problem with me, we'll talk about it. If you're talking crap, I will tell you that. And most of the people who do try to challenge me are just liars and scumbags, unfortunately, and they've exposed themselves many a time. I don't know how many people are exposed and we exposed on the live stream over those 3 days. It's probably coming up to nearly 10, which is insane. I don't know how many other channels literally get people attacking them from all kinds of nefarious sources. All right. Yeah, people. So stay positive. Stay thinking, planning, preparing, analyzing, devising. Yeah. Creating. Yeah, alright, I'm going to get off now. So, no new normal. Unite the people to fight the evil. Knowledge is power. Peace, liberty, and justice for all. This is John Overkill, and we are over and out. Peace to my brothers and sisters, the Overkillers, and any new subscribers. So, take care for now. This is John Overkill, and I'm over and out. Peace.